And welcome back, everybody. Maybe. We good? We filming?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to hit into the West bracket now and see who comes out of the West. We'll start with the 1 seed Wisconsin Badgers taking on the 16 seed Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. That one. So, again, I don't think this is going to be the first time 16 beats a 1. Wisconsin's very good. To borrow a term from Scott, they have very good fundamentals. I really like them. I like their scores. I think this is a cakewalk. Anybody going to say anything different?
No.
Thanks for playing, Coastal Carolina. Wisconsin
Chanticleers.
mascot.
It's like
What is the
bird.
mascot?
It's like a bird. It's a Chanticleer.
What kind of bird?
A Chanticleer.
Where's it hail from?
Like the coast-ish of Carolina.
Oh, I guess this all makes sense. Interesting.
It's a seabird.
Oh, right. Okay.
Science.
I like how it works. I like how it works. We have next up the 8-9 matchup: Oregon Ducks versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Yes.
Karl, what do you like in this matchup?
I'll send this over to this guy. I need some stats on this.
Well, I really like their senior guard, Joseph Young. He's got 20 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 4 assists per game. I mean, he's a really well-rounded player. I think he's gonna lead the Oregon Ducks to victory.
Karl, you got anything else to add?
No, like I said, I just needed some stat backing on that. I don't really watch a whole lot of Pac-12 games as much as Scott does. So, I just needed some insight.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Oklahoma State's been losing a lot of games. So
6 of the last 7.
yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I read that.
And there are 9.
That means they could have been like a 4. Oh well.
It's all thanks to that RPI in the Big 12.
Let's go Oregon. You're a big Oregon fan nowadays, right? Isn't that your favorite NFL team?
The Oregon Eagles?
Yes. Heyo. All right. The 5-12 matchup: the Arkansas Razorbacks taking on the Wofford Terriers.
Yes.
Karl, you think this is the upset?
I think this is the 12-5 upset.
Why, Karl? Why?
Well, the Terriers, as you know, can fight off the Razorback at any given time.
I don't think that's true, actually.
But they could stealthily get away from them because of their size.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to go with Arkansas because I think they're actually a really good team. I think they're slightly underseeded, and they should have done better in the SEC, but, Kentucky. So, Scott, we're going to put this on you.
I would love to see an upset. I don't think it's going to happen this time. Arkansas has a pressure defense. They're going to speed up the game. And,
So they're fast.
Oh, they're fast.
Speed.
I wish I would have known that before I said.
Yeah. Guess you should have done your homework. Arkansas, moving on. The 4 seed, North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the 13 seed, Harvard Crimson. Right? It's just the Crimson, correct?
Crimson Tide.
No, that's Alabama.
Crimson Star.
You're just making shit up now. Are they just the Big Red? I don't even know. It doesn't matter.
Crimson.
They're smart. Good for them. I'm taking UNC here because, again, I'm kind of a homer. Plus, they were playing really good basketball in the ACC tournament before not winning it. Karl, who do you think is going to win this matchup?
Well, Harvard did pull off an upset a few years back there against somebody in a 13 seed, I believe. Maybe it was even a 14.
No, 13.
You don't even know.
I do.
Who they play?
Did they pull it off last year? Somebody.
Scott, what do you got for me on stats here?
I don't have much on Crimson. I know North Carolina's first in rebounds per game and second in assists per game.
Okay.
So
So you're going UNC?
yeah.
That's Karl's way of not saying he took UNC.
We're just going to skip over this next matchup.
Now, an overrated 6 seed, the Xavier Musketeers, taking on the winner of the BYU Ole Miss game. Personally, actually, as much as I want to give Karl a bunch of crap for being a Xavier fan, I won't because I think they're going to walk through this matchup and take it home. Karl, who do you think's going to win?
I have a great stat on this.
Go on.
BYU, if they come out of tonight's playing game, has the most up-tempo pace in the whole Division I. So in Scott's word, they would be really fast.
They're really fast.
They're really fast. Scott, I'm curious on your thoughts on this game.
They're a really high-scoring team. They're first in points per game. They score 84 points.
And this is
Well, what team? Scott.
BYU.
Okay.
And their guard, Kyle Collinsworth, set the NCAA record for 6 triple-doubles this year.
6 of them.
That's a lot.
But I think they win their playing game, but it's going to be a close one with Xavier.
9 o'clock tip tonight. 4 o'clock tip on Thursday. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting them.
Yeah, I think Xavier's going to win it.
Okay. So we have Xavier going on.
It's going to be a good game.
The Baylor Bears versus the Georgia State whoever's.
They recently changed the name.
I like Georgia State here. I like them a lot.
But
I watched their conference title game versus Georgia Southern, and that game was a final 38-36. So they can play some lockdown defense.
This is a real thing.
This is a real stat.
I missed that stat.
It was Sunday afternoon.
For that reason, I'm going to go with Baylor. Scott?
I'm going Baylor.
All right. That was pretty easy. Took us 2 minutes to get there. The next matchup is the 7-10 matchup, VCU versus Ohio State. I kind of think VCU is a little bit overrated, personally, this year. I don't think that's not the team from years past. I'm going to take the slight upset of the 10 seed Ohio State.
Does this have anything to do with your football affiliation?
Nope. Basketball, football, are 2 different sports.
Okay. Are they still running Havoc there, Scott?
Havoc where? VCU?
Yes.
Maybe.
Good enough for me.
It's not a no. It's not a yes.
Sounds like rape. Continue. Scott, who you
Blue
going
lines. I'm going to go with Ohio State. VCU's not the same. They lost their best player back in January. And
I didn't see that on the television screen.
I love when Scott agrees.
We're just going to change this show to Karl says something and then those two disagree.
I'm pretty sure you said that in previous series.
I'm pretty sure that's what we call it every year. Except for apparently the last bracket.
Florida Gulf Coast University versus Georgetown. I was the only one to pick that. Those two said you're an idiot, and that Florida Gulf Coast University won 2 games as a 15 seed. Anyways, moving on to 15 seeds, we have Texas Southern. Do you have a mascot for me?
Tigers.
Tigers versus the Arizona Wildcats. I like Arizona here.
Yeah, I like Arizona here too. I think Arizona's one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. I don't see them being the team that loses to a 15 seed this year.
I already immediately forgot what Texas Southern's mascot was.
Tigers.
I was going to say Wildcats, but that would be Arizona.
But isn't the tiger a lot of cat?
Stop the presses.
Scott, did you have any reason for us to not pick Arizona?
No.
Not even like a glimmer of hope? I'm giving these Texas Southern fans something.
Got a huge
Texas
following.
Southern did upset Michigan State and Kansas State on the road this year.
Well,
Really?
Is Kansas State even in this? Because I don't think it matters as much this year.
Still, though, they are a big.
They're like a CBI team. Whatever.
But they're not going to upset Arizona.
No,
or
they
Oregon.
are not. No, they are not. Arizona moving on. All right, so we go to our round of 32 matchups, and we'll have Wisconsin taking on Oregon. Wisconsin is still a pretty heavy favorite for me in this. I don't really see a reason why Oregon would be able to get the upset. Wisconsin controls the pace very well. They slow it down a little bit as opposed to some of our speed teams we spoke of earlier. Fast. So fast. No, I'm going Wisconsin. You guys have any reason to take Oregon?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay, moving on. Better. Which brings us to the 4-5 matchup we have going on. North Carolina taking on Arkansas. Karl,
Yeah.
what you got here?
You know what? I like Wofford coming out of the first round here, so I'm going to go with the other team.
Okay, so Karl's taking North Carolina. Mark it down. Scott, what do you got?
I think this will be a good game. I'm looking forward. Hopefully this is the matchup, and I want to watch it. But I think UNC's going to pull it out from Roy Williams' experience.
I'm going to agree with both of them. Mainly Karl. Good pick. Speaking of agreeing with Karl, Xavier taking on Baylor. Karl, why are the Xavier Musketeers beating the Baylor Bears? It's because they're not. I'm taking Baylor. Scott, give me the stats.
I know that Baylor plays a zone defense, and if it's a 2-3 zone, I think Matt Stainbrook is going to be sitting right at the top of the key, and he's going to score a lot of points in that game. Will they win? I'm not sure.
Scott, you gotta make a pick here, because he won't. Or force him to.
I'm going to go with Xavier.
I like that pick. Xavier runs a 1-3-1 zone on occasion, and it's pretty unbeatable. Not unbeatable, but teams have a real hard time figuring
They
it
have
out.
like 13 losses, so it's pretty beatable. Did you
Just
say
started running a good season.
who are you picking?
I'm taking the Xavier Bears.
I don't even know who did that wrong. All right, right, cool beans. So that brings us to Ohio State versus Arizona. And going back to what I previously said, I think Arizona has a good shot at winning the entire thing. So I'm going to pick them to beat Ohio State. Anybody disagree with me?
No.
Arizona moving on. Which brings us to the Elite Eight, where Wisconsin and UNC collide. I'm actually going to take Wisconsin here, as much as it kills me to do it. I think UNC is too inconsistent to actually win the entire tournament, but that's the breaks. Anybody going to tell me differently?
I was actually going to take UNC here.
Okay, so that's 1-1. Scott.
I was thinking UNC, but then I remembered that Wisconsin made the Final Four last year, and this year they only lost one player or one starter from that team last year. So bringing back pretty much the same lineup. So I'm going to go Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Moving on to the Elite Eight to take on the winner of Xavier and Arizona. And I just had to do it to me, and I'm going to kind of do it to you now. I think Arizona's going to beat the X. Sorry. Xavier had a really good run. That's further than you would have expected them to go earlier in the season on Suicide Watch.
Well, I'm never really off Suicide Watch. However, I really want this matchup to happen. Xavier, Arizona. Arizona's head coach, Sean Miller, former Xavier head coach. I think it'd be fun. A lot of good storylines come out of these matchups. But I'm going to take Arizona also. Scott, you got anything to add?
I'm going to go Zona.
Thanks for adding that.
I abstained would have worked.
I love it. So that brings us to Wisconsin and Arizona. And this is going to be a really good game, if you ask me. I think it'll be better than our other matchup of Kentucky, Kansas we fell into. Personally, kind of piggybacking off of what Scott said in the last round, Wisconsin has all its starters coming back. You know, they're a very good team. They play real well. But I really like the way Arizona plays. They have a pretty good team, too. I'm going to go with Arizona here, mild upset. I think Wisconsin plays the game too slow, and that's going to come and bite them in the butt. Scott, you're the one with all the stats written down, but why don't you tell me what happens here?
I really want Arizona to pull it out. I just don't want to ride chalk this whole time. But I think Wisconsin is just a stronger team all around.
So that brings it to you there, champ. What you got?
Let me just go over my stats here. Okay, Arizona.
There's a lot of stats here. You gotta see this. We'll post them on Twitter.
You know what? Let's do Zona. Let's do it. Let's just go crazy. You know, let's just be free.
Arizona going?
Arizona moving on to the Final Four, coming out of the West region. That's what we like to see. And we'll be right back with the East region.